tell you more about them as we get closer to the times. Zelim Kotsoyev of Azerbaijan goes up against Kim Se-hyun of the Republic of Korea. It'll be Kotsoyev in the white judogi, Kim in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Takezawa Toshihiro of Japan.
Yes, they've got no head-to-heads here. The Olympic champion's coming out to fight Kim of Korea, but there's no head-to-heads because Kim basically hasn't got a medal on the world circuit. Kotsoyev is the #1 seed. He's the Olympic champion, and he's coming out here, well, as favourite. But watch out for Kim. You know, I'm sure he's going to overcome it, but you know, you can never tell because Kim Se-hyun, we're going to see a lot more of him. He's had the most amazing tournament. And he's taken out some big names too.
It's impossible to think that the only thing that he's ever won has been the Hong Kong Asian Open back in 2023.
Well, yeah, and he's come here. He beat Kakolya, he beat Konkavas, yeah, and then he beat Kotsoyev. No, he's against Kotsoyev, isn't he? No, he did. Kotsoyev, yes.
Yeah, that's the other one. This is Kotsoyev, the other one is Kotsoyev.
Yes. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Kotsoyev had to beat Shirazashvili to get to this match. Wow, that was some quarter, it really was.
Yes, when you look up the record on our judo base, they show wins with a green band and losses with a white. So the more green you see, the better it is. There's not a lot of green when it comes to Kim. It's quite striking. He's had more greens today than he ever has had in his career, apart from when he won that Hong Kong Asian Open.
Look at this. Talk about opposing styles here. Ah, here we go. Ooh. Big Surigashi there, and Kim, Kim's managed to climb off quite a few massive techniques. Love his stance. If you see his stance there, look at this. Kotsoyev is in again. Yeah, he's definitely one for the future, Kim. We're going to see a lot more of him now, especially over the next 3 years. And I think he'll get better and better as well as he starts to fight these, you know, Asian championships, and he won't have fought people like Kotsoyev. I'm sure of it.
No, I was looking at the list of opponents that Kim has faced. This is a different level here.
Well, he doesn't mind going over the top. Look, and Kotsoyev! And big Surigashi in the end. I see saying that he doesn't mind him coming over the top there. Kotsoyev doesn't mind it either. And big hips across there. Throws Kim for a nippon. And he won't, you know, the reason he's not celebrating here, he's not here for the bronze medal, but sometimes the hardest medal to win as the Olympic champion, because you expect more.
Tell you what he does get here, apart from the bronze, he gets a save.
A save, that's it. It's a Sheldon save here. Yes.
Came in as the #1 seed, didn't make it to the final, but he came back to take a bronze medal.
Yes, he kind of went on to that, didn't he, there? It was an ukigoshi there, hit the first hit, first of all. And he didn't need to put it right the way across. Probably would have been in more danger if he'd have put it right the way across there. So probably a purposeful readjustment.
I like the complete commitment to the upper body control.
Right, just pulls that arm in, that shoulder in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Guides him onto his back.
Yeah, on the shoulder blade. Slightly unusual execution, but perfect finish.
Highlights victory of Olympic and World Champions Kotv.
That one was a little bit quicker than the Berlandi Oleg contest then.
Yes, that's the feeling of, I came for more, but this will do.
I'll take that. Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 100 kilo category. The preparations continue for the final. Kanakovski and Arai sorting out their gis.
Yes, 2 times fought each other, and we'll tell you all about that as we introduce them onto the tatami.
Just before that, Rafa Kostoyev of the United Arab Emirates goes up against Arman Adamian, representing the IJF. It'll be Kostoyev in the white judogi, Adamian in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Heather Luntjens of Belgium.
And now, let's welcome the judoka.
Kotv has had good form today. He's been throwing people, taking chances, and of course with anybody who takes chances you can come unstuck, and he did do against the guy that we just saw that just lost the 3rd place, Kim.
He only has one gear, and that is attack.
Yes, and yeah, Kim just kind of, he got thrown once and then kind of sussed it out, you know, and that it might be part of my technical analysis later on.
Oh, we got a bit of a preview there.
Ooh, just a little bit.
Don't usually get that.
No, not saying any more though.
Try to tease it out of you.
And Adamian, well, he's had good form, hasn't he? You know, he has had a run of bad form, poor form, and here he is again at the very top, fighting in that semi-final and losing to Kanakovski. This could be the final of any Grand Prix, Grand Slam. It really could. Just such a plethora of talent in the under 100s and so many names. Kostoyev is in white here. Adamian, former world champion, in blue. One apiece on their head-to-heads, these two.
Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago, was it?
Uchimata! Oh. Yes, Wazari. It'll be a Wazari. Didn't quite go onto the points of the shoulder. Lovely spinning Uchimata there from Adamian. And a possibility, this is a possibility. Can he pull him back? Yes, he can. He pulls him back, and that was really good. He's not going to go far there. 10 seconds is all he needs, and Kostyev can't even move. And Adamian squeezing there with all his might, and he gets the Rossetti upon. Fine performance. He didn't get anywhere near there, did he, Kotv? He wasn't even in the game. He was kind of a bit nervous. He looked to me, and he normally is so explosive.
No doubt he's particularly pleased, Adamian, because he buries the talk about, you know, one-off. You know, you've gone off the boil, you just had your day. And he says, well, actually,
I've had another one.
I've got another one.
Yeah.
I think I may have a few more to come.
Exactly. Wow, I thought he was going to go as well there. Now he's clicked in. Uchimata, look at the pull on the sleeve. Wasn't quite there, but he never let it go, did he? He never let it go. He was just straight into the groundwork as well. Has to readjust that support foot. Look at the hands working overtime there. And then he stays with it. He jumps straight onto his back there. He pulls him back. He says, right, let's control that head there. And Kotv, who's normally one of the strongest in the weight category there, did not flinch.
These are the highlights on the screen.
A bronzmérkőzés legszebb pillanatait láthatjuk a nagy képernyőn.
Yes, celebrations from Adamian. He was definitely gone, wasn't he? He was going for the full hip on that.
Well, we come now to the final of the under 100 kilo category. Matvei Kanakovski, representing the IJF, goes up against Arai Dota of Japan. It'll be Kanakovski in the white judogi, Arai in blue. Let's take a look and see how they got here. Both had buys in the opening round. And for Kanakovski, it was Simeon Katarina of the Netherlands who went over first.
This is the road to the final for Matvei Kanakovski, IJF.
Kyle Reyes of Canada had to be on the receiving end of the next Uchimata. And then it was Nicholas Sherazadishvili of Spain who went tumbling as well. Adamian, his teammate, went over in the semi-final. That was in golden score. And in the lower half of the draw, Neil, tell us about Dota.
All right, just pick them apart. Sagapov was first to go. Look at this, just Tewaza redirects the body. Sadrodinov, Baran just goes over with Sotomakikomi. Majidov, Ouchigari, and Kouchigari working overtime. And the Newaza as well. Not afraid to go down to the ground. All right. And then Kim with this beautiful Osodagari change of direction. And boom, it was all over.
Kim must have thought that he had him up.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah. The referee in the middle for this one is Olivier Deros of France. Here we are then.
In white judogi, representative of International Judo Federation, 2024 European champion, 5-time Brazilian winner.
There's a real expectation here, not least of all because his teammate a couple of days ago gave us such a
They're off the same cloth, I'm sure of
performance.
It.
Yeah,
they are.
We say they're from the same mould, cut from the same cloth. Talking about Timur Arbuzov, and they just look and move with the same kind of command of the contests that they take part in. But here's the final, and Neil was already saying that Arai has gone up against Kanakovski on 2 previous occasions and lost both of them.
Yes, and the last one was huge, right? So as long as Kanakovski, and I don't think he will, thinking of that, you know, I think he'll just, he'll have his poker face on and he'll just do what's necessary to win. And he knows what he's got to avoid with Arai.
Kanakovski has beaten Dota twice, Arai Dota twice. And the painful thing about both of those losses is
by Ippon, yeah.
That not only they were by Ippon, they were both in Tokyo.
Well, here we go, and I've been looking forward to this. Bit of a fan of Kanakovski. I like the coolness, and you know, he just goes about the game and thinks about what he does. He has a game plan, and then he's not scared to change it either. And this is obviously going to be about gripping up, and they're going to get a Shido apiece here.
Yes, those 2 losses that I was talking about were at the Grand Slam in Tokyo in 23 and then 24.
Yes, and you know, the last time he's going to be really cautious about that Uchimata Arai, because he got absolutely spanked by Kanakovski the last time he did it. He went up and he was inspecting the lights. And that's what I say, you know, I don't think Kanakovski will come out thinking that's going to happen again, because that's the worst thing you can do. You know, especially somebody like Arai here.
He tidied his gi up for him.
He definitely did. I was
just
wondering
about to
whether I
unravel
caught
it.
that. He not only just did he extract his hand there, he tidied the gi up there. Yeah, let's have that properly.
Back,
That's great.
Never seen that before.
Oh, that's wonderful. Final of the World Championships. Here we go. Now, this is back to front, very odd stuff, right? But, you know, Kanakovski, if he's going to make it, so he'll readjust this now, and he did it against his own teammate. He readjusted and then made it work, and he's nowhere near going in there, is he, Arai? And he knows it as well.
You know, you normally see
at least a movement.
Have a little bit of a go.
And yeah, coach has been told to
try
calm
here,
it.
nothing.
Yeah.
Try nothing.
Yeah. No.
And then you go, but.
Now this is it. And he, it's panicking. Now this is where he's dangerous here.
No.
Well, he might. I'm hoping he doesn't get a second penalty for that there, because that was a kind of a bailout there by Kanakovski.
It's
yeah, he's going to go to Arai.
That's sort of before the event then, before what we were looking at.
Yeah, it went before. Yeah. Yes, it did. The bailout was from Arai.
And then with him having bailed, Kanakovski was thinking about the sumigation, thought, no, it's not going to work. But the referee remembered the first action.
Oh, and it's not far off.
He kept
good
going,
movement,
didn't he?
Yeah, good movement there with the Yoko Tomonagi.
The key is to keep the foot in there, because that's the threat.
And also how deep underneath. You know, it's when there's space, when you drop in, that's when you get penalised.
Yeah.
The use of the body going underneath.
Oh, he
Could
goes
happen.
again.
Yes, he
that's
does. And he's done it again.
Yep.
Kanakovski's taken him over. He gets the Arai for it. Surigoshi. And now, let's see what he's got. He's looking for the Sodiguruma Jimmy. And, he could tie it up in the top half here and then have a look at extracting the leg. And he's going to come to the side here.
Just the foot.
He's going to apply this now. That's going on. And it'll go on to the side. Yes, he gets it. He's on. And it just needs to be for a few seconds here. There's no way he's coming out of that. It's going to be for 10 seconds to get the Wazetti upon. And Kanakovski has beaten Arai again. And he's done it by Ippon. Look at that. Has he won the world title? Well, you wouldn't believe it, would you?
No, he's just done his job.
Just job done. And he just takes it for Surigoshi and a Arai, but he carries then into the Newaza. The Newaza manages to secure the Sodiguruma Jimmy and pull it on tight there.
He never moved, did he?
He didn't
Arai?
move. He did not move.
But it was like you said, he stayed so close to him and he worked the top half absolutely fantastic. It was so tight.
Yes, once he'd actually just trapped off the arms there, you can see there, he didn't want to submit. That would have been against the run of
code.
Yeah, the code. Yes, the code, the good one. It would have been against the Japanese code for sure. But in the end, gets held for the Wazetti Ippon.
Twice during our